Hey, good morning. How good's this? If you're joining me on podcast, you probably can't see the beautiful ocean and sun behind me, but I can tell you it's magnificent. I just thought it was a good time to jump on and have a chat to you guys about something that has been a flavour of conversations lately, particularly when it comes to subscription treatment and service planning, or otherwise known as memberships. As you know, I don't reference it as a membership because I don't think that represents what it is. In skin, hair, beauty, we plan. We help people plan, so why don't we call it that? Anyway, that's the subject of another 10 or so lives that I've done. We won't spend time on that today, but it's really interesting to me that a lot of the salon and clinic owners that are wanting to put in place a subscription style plan structure with their clients, when we crunch the numbers on this, because numbers are actually an important component, well, for me anyway, when I'm assessing somebody's capacity to implement a system like this, right? So I have been lucky enough, or I'm grateful because I love it, to have supported a number of clinic owners in building seven-figure subscription style systems. Standalone seven-figure, not business seven-figure, that the actual subscription structure does seven figures on its own, right? And and I won't go into all the fundamentals of that because it's just, there's a lot of elements that play into it. It's not just about, and that's another funny thing. I often get people reach out to me and say, "Oh, Chrissy, do you just do coaching on memberships?" And it's like, so many elements that go into it. You can't isolate memberships as the one thing. And that's probably a subject for another live. But I'll just talk to you about this element, which is you're not going to be able to outrun poor rebooking with a subscription planning structure, right? So let me say that to you again. If you've got low rebooking and retention with your existing clients, a subscription structure is not going to fix it, right? It's not. And I feel like that's the main reason why a lot of people, a lot of salon and clinic owners are coming forward and going, "Oh, I want to do memberships," because they think that the membership is going to be the magic bullet that's actually going to save the retention. The problem is, if you've got an issue with your rebooking and your retention rates with your existing clients, it's going to be highly unlikely that you're going to be able to get those clients into subscription style plans. Highly unlikely, right? And I'll give you the reason why. It's because fundamentally, if you are struggling in your business or your team is struggling to get clients invested in, let's just call it rebook. I hate that word, but let's just say you're struggling to rebook clients. It means that your consultation, treatment or service planning process is not strong enough, right? And to be successful at subscription planning and setup, you have to have strength in that area, right? Like if you can't get a client to rebook, how are you going to get a client to sign a subscription for 12 months? Or 6 months even? You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like sometimes salon and clinic owners look at this as the magic bullet, the thing that's going to fix all of their, clients from not wanting to rebook or not being consistent in the way that they're committing to their appointments. It won't save you, right? It means that there's other problems in your business that need to be addressed before you take on a task, like this. And this is why when people inbox me all the time, how do you do it? I'll never forget somebody inboxed me and said, I'm interested in I have done a single session training just on the overview of subscription planning. If you haven't seen that and you want to see it, flick me a DM. I'm happy to send it through to you. Just say, can I have the subscription or / membership training that you've got? But there's so many elements that go into it. It's like, it's almost as funny as a question. How do you run a successful business? It's like, how long is a piece of string? That's how I feel when people come to me and go, well, how do you run a successful membership structure? Again, how long's a piece of string? Like, there's so many parts that go into it. But the one thing that I want you to realise or appreciate or understand is that a subscription style system or strategy is not going to fix your retention problems, right? The retention problems are a pre-existing issue that need to be addressed, right? Because the most successful clinics that I've worked with on 7-figure structures have had really good rebooking and retention. And that's because the strength of their consultation and their treatment planning process means that when they go to take a client on a journey of subscription, they're successful because they were successful in the first place of taking people on journeys. They just weren't getting that subscription style kind of commitment from them, right? So it's just getting you to understand sometimes what you think is going to fix a problem in your business doesn't. You misdiagnose. You've probably heard me say that a lot. A lot of business owners misdiagnose what they think they need or what they think the strategy is to fix some of the challenges in their business.